Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I am doing a review for Supergirl, the season premiere. So we are up to season 2. So let's start talking about this episode. And sorry guys, I have a bit of a sore throat, so if my voice sounds a little different, that is the reason. But let's start talking about Supergirl. So with this episode, we really leave off where the last season left us, where it's the pod. We find out who's in the pod, which is, I don't think they actually say his name, but we know it's Mal-El, so, or Mon-El, sorry. We do know it's Mon-El, and, yeah, I guess we're going to see more of that story as it goes along, but we don't really learn much more about that. And then Superman comes to town, so that's most of the episode. Supergirl, Superman teaming up, and Kara realizing that she knows what to do as Supergirl. She knows that part of her life, but her love life with Jimmy/James, she doesn't quite know how to balance that with being Supergirl, and also this new job opportunity. She's like, marketing, I'll be a marketer. And Kat's like, no, you're not going to become a marketer because you looked online on a job test. That's not happening. Figure out what you want. So, as we see new characters join us on this show, like Lena Luthor, she discovers she wants to become a reporter. That's kind of this whole episode, this whole journey for her. And then Cat Grant realizes something that we don't know, which will probably make her leave the show for, you know, the episodes that she has to leave because Calissa Flockhart will not be a series regular this season, so we'll find out. Maybe it has something to do with her son. I don't know. We'll figure that out probably next episode. But yeah, the rest of the episode, like I said, also is this new dynamic between Kara and Lena, learning more about her character. Is she a villain? Is she not? In the introduction of Metallo before he's Metallo, which we'll see more of his character in the next episode. So that's pretty much the overview of the premiere. So what did I think? I will say this was the best premiere out of the DC TV shows for me personally. As I said, Arrow and Flash were disappointing, and Supergirl I had so much fun with. Again, there wasn't this like, oh my god moment, but I don't think a premiere really needs that. You don't need a like, oh my god twist in the premiere. I think you just have to have a fun chapter that leads you into your next big story, which is exactly what this did. But also you have a lot of great appearances, a lot of great treats in this episode, which is the attraction between Clark and Supergirl. So was Clark was Tyler Hoechlin a good Superman? And I say, hell yeah, Superman was so cool in this show, but it felt like they didn't overshadow Supergirl while putting Superman there. But at the same time, it wasn't like, oh, well, Supergirl is the lead, so she's more important than Superman. They definitely gave the honor to Superman that he deserves, but also gives the honor to Supergirl that she deserves. So that's something I love, the balance in this episode. And again, their dynamic was a lot of fun, and I think they just got Clark so right here. It really was bringing Clark Kent from the comics to life, and that's all we can ask for. So I'm very excited to see more of him. I think he's going to only be in the next episode, and we'll see what other episodes he'll appear in, but I had a joy watching him on screen with Kara, and again, a wonderful balance. And also the dynamic between, I was going to call him Hank, but John and Clark was interesting because now it's going into the Metallo story, which, oh my god, one-shot villain of the week actually pertaining to more than one story and growing as a character. That's amazing. So we see that John went on a mission with Clark where John wants to keep kryptonite, and Clark is like, no, which is very much his character in the comics too, where he's not a yes man. When he does get angry, he does disagree with people, and I thought that was really cool. Kind of see that John and Clark had this previous relationship, and again, tying into the next episode, so I thought that was cool. And I think one of the pleasant surprises I had with this episode was Lena Luthor, because I thought she was going to be more of a clear-cut, I'm a Lex Luthor character, and that's it. But she is very interesting because she's kind of in a similar role as Kara. So Kara is this kind of legacy character, right? Because she's in the shadow, we'll say, of Superman. You see, everyone loves Superman, they honor Superman, and all of last season it was Supergirl proving that I'm my own hero also. She's already done that. It was proven in this episode that she's already done that. But with Lena, she has her own journey of saying, well, I know my brother is kind of this horrible person, but I'm a Luthor also, and I want the Luthor name to be good. But also you have this interesting way where it's like maybe she could become bad because you see her shoot, the person, the Metallo, Corbin. So I thought that was a really interesting twist, and it's going to be interesting to see her character develop. Will she be a hero or a villain? Kind of similar to Lex Luthor in Smallville, where you knew their destiny to become a villain. You knew Lex Luthor was going to become a villain, but I would say Lex's motives there were a bit more gray. You didn't really know exactly when he was going to become a villain. And with Lena, you really don't know if she's going to become a villain, because in the comics, sometimes she is, sometimes she isn't. So I'm very interested in seeing her journey, and I'm glad that she wasn't clear-cut, she wasn't two-dimensional. So that was something I was very happy with, and I'm excited to see her journey, and she's already developed in just one episode. So I'm glad that the newer characters are having a time to shine. Small negatives I had here, I guess, was, screen time for other characters. Like Winn, they kind of just throw into the DEO. I don't know if I really want him there. Like, it makes sense story-wise, but I kind of wish they, did a little bit more with Winn here. He was fun, but he was definitely more pushed to the side. And even Alex, like, she wasn't really in this episode that much, which I guess makes sense because there are so many characters in this episode, and you have to introduce Clark and all that. So I guess I understand it, but still. And then the romance thing with James and Kara, you build it up all season 1, and then you drop the ball in this episode. So that was a small nitpick, but it did work for her overall story of, like, what am I gonna do? I'm kind of in this crossroad. But some of the best scenes, as always in this episode, or in this series, is Kat and Kara. Kat was amazing in this episode, her, reacting to Clark, but also just being this awesome mentor to Kara, but still being Kat and making you laugh was so great. I'm gonna miss seeing Kat every episode, but now it does make sense that, she'll give her space to Kara a bit, but hopefully we get to see Kat every couple of episodes, because I'm going to miss that dynamic so much. But it does give more screen time to the other characters, which is nice. And I guess the last thing I want to talk about is, I do have one more negative. Mon-El, we didn't even get a name here. I think that was kind of pushed to the side, and it's like, hey, we need a really good cliffhanger, but then we did nothing with it in the premiere. I was a little disappointed with that because, we know who the character is, but for general audience, you just kind of pushed him to the side. It's like, oh yeah, he crash landed, but let's not think about him right now. So that's a bit of a negative too. But again, these are such small negatives to the overall episode because I had a lot of fun, and there's a lot of positives and a lot of great character moments throughout the episode. And again, just structure. That's something I love about Supergirl, is it kind of changes the superhero genre structure for television, where, yeah, the villain of the week can last more than one episode. Or, yeah, the big bad maybe is not the big bad, which we saw in the first season of Supergirl 2, kind of, who is the big bad? We don't know, and I'm glad that they're continuing that story. So overall, like I said, this was definitely, so far, my favorite premiere from DC TV. I loved it, and I can't wait to see where Supergirl goes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also in the description below, there are links to my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.